All right, you guys asked for it. This question was asked by more people than any other question asked in any other video since I started this channel. In the video from a few weeks ago where I showed you how to enable registry backups, an overwhelming number of you asked how to use the backups to restore your registry. So that's what we're going to do today. Stay tuned. So yes, apparently I left out something really important in the previous video showing you how to enable registry backups. I just assumed that everyone watching the video was familiar with the procedure. But you know what? That's my bad. You guys really let me know too, because like every third comment was asking how to restore from the backup we created. So today I'm going to show you how to do the restore and why it works the way that it does. But first, I got to pay some bills. So check out today's sponsor. Is your copy of Windows 10 unactivated? Well, it doesn't have to be, because with today's sponsor, VIP SCD Key, you can get a valid Windows 10 license for under $20. Stop dealing with that stupid watermark on the desktop, the valid license for Windows 10. Also, with an activated copy of Windows 10, you can upgrade to Windows 11 for free. Just go to the link in the description below and pick up a valid Windows 10 license key. During checkout, use the code CYBERCPU for a 25% discount. Once you have your key, go to your activation settings in Windows 10 and click on the link that says Change Product Key. Enter the product key you just purchased and hit Activate. Now you don't have to deal with that stupid watermark that come with running an unactivated copy of Windows 10. Now, on with the video. So the first thing that we need to talk about is why this backup works the way that it does. It's actually a relatively simple concept. You see, the Windows registry is stored in separate hives. When you open the registry editor in Windows, these hives are displayed within the different sections of the registry, like local machine, users, current user, the classes root, and the current config. Now, the registry backup that we're dealing with today and the previous video dealt with all the hives that are located under local machine. These are all the hives that are necessary to boot the Windows system up. Hives like the users and current users are stored in different areas and aren't relevant to this specific backup. Many of those are actually stored in your user profile folder. So the specific registry hives that we're dealing with today are all located under local machine and are broken up into the drivers, hardware, SAM, security, software, and system hives. So the automatic registry backup that happens during boot, if you followed my last video, are just the hives associated with local machine. Now these hives are nothing more than databases of settings, and these hives are stored in flat files in the Windows System 32 config folder. So restoring the backup of these hives is essentially just replacing the flat file with the one from the backup. And I guess, you know, the best way of explaining how this would work is to intentionally corrupt the registry on this computer so we can use the backup to fix it. So that's what we're going to do. Let's jump on the computer and we'll get it done. Okay, so this is the same Windows 11 system that we used in the previous video to back up our registry. But just to make sure, we're going to go into our Windows folder. We're going to go into System 32 and we're going to go into the config folder, just to make sure our reg backup folder has a current backup. And as you can see, the backup was from about a half hour ago when I turned the system on. Because remember, we set this thing up to back up every time the computer booted up. So essentially what we want to do is we want to corrupt our registry. So the best way that I figured to do that would be to replace one of the flat files that make up the registry, which are just in the previous folder, which is the config folder right here. So as you can see, one of our files is called system, and it's about 22 megs. So what I did here is in the documents folder here, you can see that I have a system hive already. It's about 25 megs. Now, this isn't actually a system hive. It's just a random DLL file that I found in Windows that was roughly the same size. So we're going to replace this with the system in here and then boot the system. And obviously it won't boot. But we can't do that from within Windows because Windows protects its own registry. So we're going to go ahead and close this and we're going to boot up into Hiren's boot CD so we can corrupt the registry. Now, this beginning section of this video, do not copy this. This is not part of the how-to. This is just getting us a non-functional system that we can then fix, and I can show you how to use the backup to fix it. So don't follow this part of the guide if your system is in perfect working order, because that would make no sense. Why would anybody want to corrupt their registry on purpose? Well, unless you're like me, that is. So I will see you in Hiren's boot CD. Okay, so here we are in Hiren's boot CD. I'm going to go to this PC. I'm going to go into my C drive, go back to Windows. Then we're going to go to System 32, then Config. And as you can see, here is our registry as it looks in a flat file. So what we want is this right here, our system hive right here. And you might notice there's a lot of other files called system. And these are just hidden files that are located in the same directory. We didn't see them before, well, because they're hidden. But these are mostly logs of when changes happen to the registry. So these really aren't relevant to what we're doing right now. All we're gonna wanna do is we're just gonna wanna make sure to replace just the system hive itself. So to do that, I'm just going to go ahead and delete it, which is a really bad idea if you're on a functional system to delete one of your registry hives. It wouldn't be good. Then I'm going to go ahead and open up our C drive again. I'm going to go into users. I'm going to go into my user account, go into documents, and from right here, here is the system hive file that we want. So I'm going to go ahead and hit copy, and I'm going to paste it right in here. Now, it looks like a regular hive file, just like the last one. However, this one's actually just a DLL file that's been renamed to look like a registry hive. And at this point, we can go ahead and shut the computer down, and it should be broken. So now that the system is broken, at least hopefully it is, I can show you how to fix it using the automatic registry backup that we spoke about in the last video. So let's fire this computer up and see what happens. If it boots, then this will be for nothing, but pretty sure it's not going to. And straight to recovery. Now, typically in situations like this, you may get a blue screen or it may go straight into recovery like mine did here. Either way, the repair is the same. If your system blue screens, you may have to allow it to restart a few times before it automatically goes into recovery. If for whatever reason you can't get into recovery, you can do the same thing with a Windows install USB by choosing Repair Windows instead of installing a new copy of Windows, obviously. But with that said, let's jump into recovery and I'll show you how to fix it. Okay, so obviously the first thing that we do is we don't want to shut down because that wouldn't really help us. We want to actually fix the computer. So we go ahead and click Advanced Options. And from Advanced Options, we want to go ahead and click on Troubleshoot. And from Troubleshoot, we want to go ahead and click on Advanced Options again. And at that point, we should get our command prompt. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. And here we are in our command prompt. Now we are in System 32, but as you can see, we are in X Windows System 32. That's not where we want to be. We want to go into the C drive and then go into our Windows directory, if we spell it right. Then we want to go into System 32. And then we want to go into Config. And go ahead and run a directory. And as you can see, this is our system hive that we replaced before. So this is the non-system system hive, I guess you can call it. And then we also have in here our reg backup folder. And this is the folder where our registry backups from the previous video were stored. So if we go into our reg backup folder, run a directory, you'll see here that we have our system hive right here. Now our system hive is 22 megabytes while our corrupted one is 25 megabytes. So we want to use this one here to replace this one here. And to do that, all we got to do is go ahead and hit copy, space, system, because we're copying the system file right here, and then space, ... Now by using ... we're essentially using right here, this is the directory structure of Windows. By using ... it just knows to copy this file to the previous folder. We could type in the entire path, C prompt root Windows, root system 32, root config, but I'm lazy, so I just use ... So I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. And then it's going to tell me to overwrite system. Well, that's the system file or the system registry hive that's already there. And I'm going to go ahead and hit yes, hit enter, and there we go. So at this point, we should be able to reboot Windows and have it work. Let's see if it actually works. And to do that, essentially all you got to do is go ahead and close this, click turn off your PC, and we'll go ahead and fire it up. Okay, so let's see if our fix worked. We're going to go ahead and turn the computer on. And if we did everything correctly, we should see our Windows boot up like regular. Or I mess something up and I'll have to do it again. You know, I could have possibly messed something up. And there we go. So as you can see, it's really nice to have the automatic registry backup enabled. However, I just gotta add that ironically, we didn't really need it in this case. I could have just as easily used System Restore to restore the registry and get the system back up. This, I believe, is one of the primary reasons why Microsoft ultimately disabled automatic registry backups in Windows, because it's kind of redundant. System Restore does exactly the same thing. However, System Restore doesn't always work. There could be many reasons why System Restore will fail to restore your system to a different restore point, because it's doing more than just restoring the registry. Also, even though System Restore backs up the registry, I've never been able to successfully restore just the registry backup from a System Restore point. Believe me, I've tried. Unfortunately, if System Restore doesn't work, there's no way to manually use a System Restore point apart from the application itself. Now, the System Restore points themselves are stored in the System Volume Information folder that is the super secret folder that's hidden in the root of every NTFS formatted hard drive. Unfortunately, though, they're stored in a way where they cannot be used outside of the System Restore program. So in cases where System Restore just doesn't work, the automatic registry backup is kind of a last-ditch attempt to try to save a system that won't boot in any other way. It doesn't work all the time, but when it does, it makes that automatic registry backup very valuable. But with that said, none of this matters if you don't watch my last video about enabling automatic registry backups. This is a feature that Microsoft disabled quite a while ago, but can easily be re-enabled. And I show you how to do it in this video here. This is a feature that I highly recommend re-enabling. Hopefully, you'll never actually have to use it. But if you do, you can't use it if it's not enabled. As always, you guys have a great day.